Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the another session of the brainstorming session organized by PSI Community, the Public Speaking Institute. And today we will be talking about brain-based leadership, and that will be actually leading us towards the sales. Before I start, I would like to tell everyone that in the morning,
Just wanted to stop you. Can you start recording, please?
done, sir, done.
Okay, super. Thank you. Please go ahead. Thank you.
So before we start, I would like to tell everyone that in the days when we were very young, we used to know what the sales technique is. Later on, as we grew up, we'd pretend to miss it. Do you remember? We used to cry, we used to weep, we used to annoy our elders so that we get what we want. Most of the times we succeeded, I remember still. So this is how the brain works. It knows what we need and how we can get it. What we require is that we actually challenge ourselves to understand that yes, we can do everything. And before we start today's proceeding, I would like to welcome author Sherry sir. And author Sherry
Hi,
sir
Deepak.
is
Thank
on
you
a
so
mission.
much.
Thank you sir. Welcome. Author Sherry sir is on a mission to create 1 million public speakers by 2030. 1 million. Whoa. And yes, 1 million is not a big number for author Sherry sir because he is giving platforms to more than 20,000 people already. And the number is increasing day by day. To his kitty, he is an international speaker, he is a motivational speaker, and he is a well-known coach too. He belongs to a family of 4 generations of authors. 4 generations. When I say 4 generations, it says his father, his wife, his daughter, and of course, he himself is there. Wow, what a big number. And not only this, we all are a part of his mission. He is giving us a platform to express ourselves, to learn new things. This is one of the wonders which he is doing, not only to us, to the every community member and every individual who is interested to bring out the best in him or her. So today, before we start, I would like to invite Mr. Saurabh Sharma, who is going to tell us more about the brain-based leadership. And with regard to Saurabh sir, I would like to say that he is a gem of a person when it comes to sales techniques. And sales is nothing else but what you want to do with passion. Now, passion is what drives you. With regard to Saurabhji, I would like to say that he may be summed up as a person who is curious to know more on the topics that are varied. He is more intrigued by the way the mind works and what drives people towards their behavior so that how one can achieve what he yearns for and not able to reach. He is driven by being of service to the people around him. Professionally, he leads sales for an entertainment major, entertainment major in India that includes people and opportunity optimization. He is enriched professional with journey of 22 years working across various industry segments. He is a happily married and a doting father to 2 daughters. Wow. Welcome, Surajji. Saurabhji, please.
Thank you all. So today's session with the way Deepak, thank you and thank you Sherry for making this platform. So I'll just put the whole thing in perspective. So today we'll not be talking much about sales, which is an area which I actually profess in and I'm an expert of. Today we'll be talking about brain. So just to give a slight background to create the context why we are here, and we are talking about brain-based leadership. So we have, as people, we interact with people who lead us, and we interact with people who are being led by us. And both of these people, we form opinion about them. We form opinion about our leaders that they are They are very dominant, they are very aggressive, they are this, they are that. And similarly, we form opinion about the people who we are leading. That he's not good at his work, he does not complete things on time, and this has happened, that has happened. And we actually become personal. With this particular, after this session, you will actually have some glimpse. So I'm not a doctor of brains or anything like that. I am just, cruising through, trying to understand how it works. So you will understand what are the basics, how and why people are behaving the way they are. That's why brain-based leadership. And once you have done this, you will know what all are the options available for you as a leader when you're leading a team, or when you are handling a person who's trying to be a leader to you and you're not able to fit on with him. You'll find this like in everyday scenario. And when I'm saying leaders, he may not be a leader from your office or anything. He can be your customer, he can be your relative, he can be your father, mother, and all that. You will know exactly where are they coming from, and various reasons for that. So, evolution is one reason. Your background, the way you have been brought up, is one reason why people actually behave the way they do. And last but not the least will be various options that are available to you to contribute into their lives and to actually manage things at your own level also. The content of this presentation is going to be the various brain types. We will see what are the various brain types. Reptilian, limbic. Limbic brain has two types. Paleolimbic. The paleo means something which was formed earlier, and neolimbic means something which is new, the newer form, and the neocortex. These are all the three forms of three parts of brain. You'll understand more about that, and then brain-based leadership styles and how do we actually function or deal with them. What to expect in this particular presentation. So you will know about various brain types. That's something which is wow. A lot of knowledge is certainly wow. And how does a leader with a particular dominant brain behave? So we'll know if there is a reptilian brain dominant person, how will he behave? If there is a limbic brain person, how will he behave? If there is a neocortex brain person, how will he behave? And then we will know, can things change? See, all our lives, we have been dealing with people knowing that this person cannot change. Ye kuch nahi kar sakta. We tell our kids, we form opinion about people who are really the full stop. Things with this person cannot change, but we will see if and can things change for people. And then last but not the least, something which is really a higher calling, especially for me, I really love, as Deepak said, that I really love being of service to people. So how can I help others? How can you, and everybody who's actually going through this session, how can they help people to achieve whatever they are out to achieve? Now let's look at the various brain types that we have. So the first brain type, which is known to be the most primitive. So when, as humans, we were part of the animal kingdom. We were like really the animal. So that was a time when the reptilian brain was formed. This is the most rudimentary brain. What it does, it actually controls various body functions like breathing, like heartbeat. Its major part is to make you survive, make the body survive. And it reacts by having a flight, fight, or freeze mode. It only has three reactions. And then comes the limbic brain. The limbic brain, which is the emotional brain. Here we have all our memories, we have our emotions that are actually there, we have our judgments which are a part of that. And then comes the neocortex. Neocortex is the marvel of evolution. In every mammal, neocortex is found, but we as humans have the largest neocortex. Given the size that we have the largest neocortex, and that's why you see all these things. This neocortex is actually responsible for this particular meeting. This neocortex is responsible for creation of Zoom, of creation of all these ideas. This is the executive brain. It is actually talking about conscious awareness. So you're not like subconsciously or unconsciously doing things. You're consciously taking decisions and making things happen. And then we have the amygdala, which is called as the seat of anxiety. Hippocampus, new memories on past experience. We will not go in there. So the brain, if you can see, I'll just explain complete by saying the brain, when you cut open the brain, it will not look like the green part there, the red part being the second and the third part of some different color. I don't know what color is that. It will not look like that. It is a very complex structure. What I'm trying to create for you in the form of a triune brain is that these are the three, conceptual brains that are functioning inside of, this top of your body thing. This is not actual. This is not real. This is a conceptual brain, and this actually makes you understand. It is a very, very complex science, and the way these brains interact with each other create all the complexities, all the hoopla around us, all the drama around us. We will just be in today's session, we'll be just initiated into understanding how does this interaction actually work? How does this really happen? So let's talk about the reptilian brain. As I told you earlier, this is the most primitive brain. Its only function is survival, physical survival, survival of your body. So it will control your breath, temperature, your blood pressure, and things which will actually make you live. And it will try to protect your body by having three responses. So flight, fight, or freeze. So back in those days, when we were animals, if I was faced by, let's say, a lion, I would go out. Today, I go out to work, let's say, in a swanky office on the 14th floor of a great building in Gurgaon. But back in those days, if I were there, I would actually go out into a jungle. My work starts by going out into a jungle to hunt for food for my family. So when in jungle, I would face various kind of dangers. So if I'm faced with, let's say, a lion, so what do? My response was to flight, was to run away. Or if I'm faced with, let's say, a hyena or a dog, and I think that I can actually control or I can kill them, then I will fight that thing out. And then another response could be coming from the freeze action. So many times you would have seen people, when they face with danger, they kind of freeze. So one example can be when you face the flashing light of a high-speed truck coming towards you. You don't know what to do. You simply freeze. So that's one of the responses. So these are the responses that primitive brain actually developed so that one could survive perils. All these responses are useful in case of real and physical danger. कोई मुझे मार के खा जाएगा, वो एक real danger है. एक ट्रक मेरे पे चढ़ जाएगा, वो एक real danger है. That's like my body experiencing all that. The problem comes, the issue is when we have the same response, the same flight, fight, or freeze response in non-physical situation. What is a non-physical situation? जैसे आज के time पे हो रहा है. A lot of people, because of the situation of the economy, because of the COVID and this and that, they have lost their job. For a lot of people, losing their job is a near-death experience. They will start to react in different ways. Their breath will go up, their temperature will rise, they will develop high BP, their heart rate will increase and all that. So this is the issue. When you are actually reacting using your reptilian brain in a situation which is not having any physical danger for you. So any question or anything here till now? I'm talking to a screen and I don't know what to do. But if you have any question, I'd love to take them. Deepak, you can help me if you have any questions, something that's coming up in the chat. We can answer and we can make it more interactive.
Hi, we are here. Don't worry. So
no, I can see that all of you are there. I can see that about including 80 people
so
are there.
Saurabh, we have a question here from Author Sherry that
yes.
Why are you explaining this? Like what the reason? If you can, speak about that.
What reason?
Like why are you explaining this? Because so he has a question. Author Sherry is just asking in the chat room.
So as I started by saying, my first slide actually said that when we know where from we are coming, our reactions are coming. We will
Right.
have the key to control our behavior. We will have the key to control. Otherwise, what do we do? ये बंदा तो ऐसा ही है, ये कभी नहीं सुधर सकता. And this is a statement which we have heard all our lives, which we have said all our lives to people. But once you know what is the hardware behind the way people function, then you have the key to actually make them change, to change your responses towards certain situations. And that is how this entire session is actually made up. Not only this particular slide, but the entire session is made up like that. You will see how all these brain actually interact and create the drama that I actually talked about earlier. Now look at the reptilian leader. What does a reptilian leader in an office actually look like? The person who has a dominant reptilian brain, his behavior is more stressful. ज़्यादा चिंता में रहेगा. He will be in a reactive mode. He will not have a plan ready. He will not have a schedule ready. He will be in a reactive. He will be actually dousing the fire all the time. Survival, fire, fighter mode. Reptilian brain. The evolutionary brain that we are talking about, the first brain that we actually acquired, it's only for survival. And this person is living in that space all the time. So fighting type reacts to situation with aggression. So we see that even the reptilian brain has 3 responses. So a dominant reptilian leader will have 3 kind of responses. Fighting type will actually deal with situations with aggression. So leader and the being led person, they will lead it with aggression. Fleeing type, when faced with the situation, goes all over the place. You would have seen people when they actually face any emergency, they will not stand at one place. They'll keep running here, there. Cigarette पी लेता हूँ, नीचे चला जाता हूँ, कुछ और कर लेता हूँ, सोच के आता हूँ, this and that. What they are trying to do, they are trying to flee from the situation. They don't want to be a part of that situation. Freezing type, simply गायब हो जाएंगे. मेरी टांग टूट गई है और मैं नहीं आ रहा. You know, if I were a freezing type of a person, then at 7:55 I would have dropped a message to Deepak कि आज मेरे को कोविड हो गया और मैं नहीं आ रहा सेशन लेने के. मैं गायब हो गया. And then you keep on calling me and I'm not there. Simple. So these are the kind of responses. So I'm taking an example of Imran Khan. I hope nobody is a fan of him, the PM of Pakistan. Why am I actually taking that example? Because if you have heard, whenever he talks in context of India, वही बोलता है कि मैं अपना न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब फोड़ दूंगा, तो मैं भी मर जाऊंगा, तुम भी मर जाओगे, सब मर जाएंगे. So he creates that I will shoot myself. That's the reaction that the person has. So you understand that is the type that a dominant reptilian brain actually creates. Now let's look at each and every mode. The flight mode is when you actually look at a person, the person is, his eyes is looking away. His hands and legs, they are fiddling, they are tapping, ऐसे कर रहे होंगे. Palms may be sweating, face के ऊपर से पसीना निकल रहा होगा. So how do we as a leader can respond, or how do we as a follower can respond? I can tell him, we normally what do we do? कोई बंदा अगर उधर देख रहा है तो हमको insult feel होता है. And why do we look at me when I'm talking to you? We feel insulted, but that is exactly not that guy is actually looking for. We are restricting his movement that will not work for him. So what do we have to do? We have to avoid constraints and reasoning. Now this guy, he needs space because he's in a flight mode. भागना चाहता है तो आपको उसको भागने का space देना पड़ेगा. You have to give him a space to go, run away. So no closed question. भाई ये काम करके देगा कि नहीं तो मैं तुझे नौकरी से निकाल दूंगा. जॉब करनी है कि नहीं करनी? No closed question. Do not shout. This guy is already ready to run. No aggression. He cannot handle aggression unless you really want to kill him. You really want to completely run over that guy. So that means you're not being a leader. You're being somebody else. And never threaten him with negative consequences. Because उसको फर्क नहीं पड़ता. उसको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता because वो भागना ही चाहता है. आप negative consequences तो भाग जाएगा, बोले तू कुछ भी नहीं कर सकता मेरा. I'll leave my job, that's it. Get lost. So what to do? Ask open-ended questions. Put things in perspective. De-dramatize. Humor use करो. उसको relax करो. And go for a walk with him. कंधे पे हाथ रख के go for a walk. He wants to run, take him on a walk. तो रन करने का स्पेस दो, make him walk, and that's what his physical body is right now looking for, and you are providing him that. He will de-stress, and then he will be available to actually work with you in a better, more wholesome way. Fight mode, which is very easy to spot. The biggest thing about the fight mode is that it takes two to tango. कोई सामने वाला आपसे फाइट करना चाहता है, like let's say road rage, we can always avoid that, but we don't, क्योंकि हमारी इज्जत पे बनाती है. हम बोलते नहीं, उसने मेरे को ऐसे बोला तो मैं भी ऐसे बोलूंगा. Always remember that you have to pick your battles wisely. You cannot fight each and every battle, and this is what a smart person does. उसका टाइम और एनर्जी बहुत प्रेशियस है. He cannot fight all the battles that are really being present to him by life or by people around him. So these people are easy to spot. They will try to stand tall. They will raise their voice, show impatience, and stare at you. They are challenging you. They are in a fight mode, challenging you. So do not try to counter them by louder yelling. Do not laugh at them. पिछले वाले में हम जोक क्रैक करना चाह रहे थे. De-stress. अगर अभी आप जोक क्रैक करोगे तो आपको घूसा पड़ेगा. So do not use laughter as a medicine here, and do not undermine this guy's authority. He is now ready, right now ready to do anything to prove that he has got authority. So do not undermine his authority. Do not be slow. It is annoying. Oh, this guy is now full of energy. Do not be slow. Just work with a parallel energy, but something which is calming, which is de-stressing. Do not show resistance. Listen to him carefully. Take responsibility. Right at that time वो बोल रहा है कि तेरी गलती है तो मान लो कि हाँ चल मेरी गलती है. To come out of that situation. नहीं हो बाद में देखेंगे. हमारा गोल क्या है? हमारा गोल अपनी ईगो को सेटिस्फाई करना नहीं है. हमारा गोल क्या है? That we make the situation work. We want to work with this guy. We have invested in this person, and there is a long-term relationship that we are looking at. So we take responsibility, and then we explain facts, and if possible, offer solutions. That way, the fight mode will be taken care of. Freeze mode. How to spot? A person in the freeze mode will actually behave in a very, in a body language way. He will put his hands in front of his mouth. So what is he trying to do? Frozen cheese क्या होती है? Something frozen is something which is dead. So now he's putting his hands in front of his mouth, which is signaling that this guy does not want to breathe. He's actually, looking at death, or he's trying to experience death. Freeze हो गया है वो. His eyes will be looking down, shoulders will be going down. Person, he lowers his voice, talks slower, less words. He sighs, tears, those tears of submissive attitudes then. So don't shake him up. Do not ask कि भैया show me your guts, show me balls. Do not do that. He is not ready. वो frozen है, उसको नहीं चाहिए वो सारी चीजें. What do you have to do? You have to understand. You have to mirror his pose. वो जैसे खड़ा है, आप भी वैसे ही खड़े हो. You respect his silence. You put an arm around his shoulder, offer protection. Tell him that he's safe. Things will be taken care of. उसकी नौकरी कहीं नहीं जा रही. And that's when he will be able to come out of that freeze mode and be a more useful person for you. So as a leader, you have to do all these things for people around you. Any questions for the last section that we have, the reptilian brain?
Yeah, Saurabhji, I would like to ask one thing.
Yes, Deepak, please.
Yeah, for all such phases which you told us about that, now thing is that there are people who actually do not want to come out. No matter how much you push them, no matter how much you tell them. Sometimes it happens with you as well. At times, oneself also becomes in a similar situation. Now, how to overcome such things?
So what happens, as I told you, a very simple example that I actually talked to you about. When I said fight mode, it takes two to tango. अगर कोई आपसे लड़ना चाह रहा है और आप भी लड़के उसका जवाब दोगे तो वो उससे कभी बाहर नहीं निकलेगा. He will never come out. So what a person in a fight mode is actually looking for a fight. If you give him a fight, he will keep on fighting. If you do not give him a fight, I mean, look at the example of Gandhi. वो डंडे खाते रहे, एंड एट द एंड अंग्रेजों ने बोला यार गो टू हेल मैन, आई कांट डू एनीथिंग विद दिस गाय, मैं कुछ भी कर रहा हूँ, ये भड़क ही नहीं रहा है, he doesn't want to fight, and they had to leave. An empire of more than 200 years actually had to leave. They had to leave their most precious possession just because Gandhi refused to pick up the battle the way they wanted. It works. All these things work. And why we are saying कि लोग नहीं सुधरना चाहते, because हम भी उनको वो space नहीं देते हैं, हम भी उनके साथ उसी level पे fight करना चाहते हैं. That's why they don't want to change. Simple. तुम भी reptilian, मैं भी reptilian. भिड़ लो आप, हो गया काम.
Yeah. Thank you.
So let's talk about the Paleolimbic brain. So what is the Paleolimbic brain? This is a home to our unconscious traits that we got from our society, mainly from our education. Education कैसे आता है? माँ बाप सिखाते हैं, बेटा पोयम बोलो, बेटा दूध पी लो नहीं तो भालू आ जाएगा, बेटा फलाना, बेटा ये अंकल खराब है. So we actually try to educate the child from the very beginning. हमको ये लगता है कि हम उसको एक हायर बिहेवियर की तरफ, एक अच्छे बिहेवियर की तरफ लेके जा रहे हैं. बट व्हाट इज एक्चुअली हैपनिंग? दूध पी लो नहीं तो भालू आ जाएगा. दैट मींस यू आर इंट्रोड्यूसिंग द चाइल्ड टू फियर. नाउ दिस फियर विल बी हिज कंपेनियन or can be his companion throughout his life. Just to make our own life easy, we give एक हम झड़ी दे देते हैं उसके हाथ में, जिसके सहारे वो लंगड़ाते हुए सारी उम्र चलना उसको पड़ता है. So these are the kind of education. So what is it? All these things, what does the Paleolimbic brain, because of this education, does is that it makes you survive in a group. So when we live in a society, our behavior is expected to be in a certain way. Why? Because we have realized, as humans, we have realized through evolution that living together maximizes the chances of survival. अगर कोई शेर ने मेरे अकेले पे हमला कर दिया तो 99.99% चांसेस है कि मैं उसके पेट में होऊंगा. But if I am a group of 10 people who have got like their spears with them, their sword with them, their own tools and all with them, so we have got 99.99% chances that that lion will be on our dinner table that night. So that's why we always came together and we wanted to live together, because it maximizes our chances of survival. But then Paleolimbic brain, with the way it actually works, it regulates our social life. Social life कैसे react में कैसे करेगा, हम किस तरह से behave करते हैं, हम किस तरह से behave करते हैं, उसके दो constituents हैं: our self confidence and our trust that we have on people. Our self confidence, हमारा अपने ऊपर confidence, and the trust that we have on others, whether I'll be able to do something or not, that is my self confidence. Whether he will be able to do something for me, that is my trust on the other person. A mixture of this in a certain way will actually decide how are you behaving with those people around you. So let's look at one of these videos. I don't know if I have shared. Just let me know if the sound is. Can you hear the sound?
We cannot hear the sound. Video is playing.
Sorry. I think that was something.
You have to change the settings somewhere or increase the volume, maybe.
No. I have to stop share. I'll just stop share and I'll come back, and I had to choose the share sound.
Yes, share screen with sound, something like that.
Yeah. So
yes, we can hear you.
TTS leftovers from the fridge, sign not your maid.
Who would write that?
Oh my God, I love your sweater. Really suits your pale skin tone.
Thanks.
Oh, did your phone die today?
No? Why?
Nothing, I just posted a photo of myself on Instagram. Thought you would have liked. Doesn't matter though. Are you sure you should be eating that? It's really high in fat.
So
Interesting.
that was-
Thank you.
You want me to do it again? You have missed
No,
something?
I just said it is very interesting. Thank you for sharing.
Yes. So why? So Paleolympic leader. So the behavior that you actually saw in that video was that of a dominant, a dominant god type leader. And the people who have a dominant Paleolympic brain, their behavior is territorial. They are power hungry. One of the behaviors, which is a cross of trust on people and you being a self-confident person, is a dominant type behavior, which is you behave like God. And this person actually rules by fear, by yelling, threat, offering humiliation, thinks people as incompetent or plain stupid. उसका world view ऐसा ही रहेगा कि बाकी सारी दुनिया गधे हैं. Marginal type, second type, they are the paranoid one. They do not have, they are not very high on self-confidence, and they do not have trust on other people also. Now the dominant person is very high on self-confidence and they do not trust anybody. The marginal type, they do not have both these things. They do not trust themselves and they do not trust anybody else. So what do? They micromanage their team and they have trust issues. Axial type, they live in यूटोपिया, फेयरलैंड. मेरे को भी बहुत ज्यादा ट्रस्ट है सब लोगों के ऊपर और अपने ऊपर ट्रस्ट नहीं है, बट देन आई रियली वांट एवरीबॉडी टू बी वेरी फ्रेंडली एंड इट्स अ ड्रीम वर्ल्ड. पीपल शुड लव ईच अदर एंड दिस एंड दैट काइंड ऑफ स्टफ. Submissive kind, they are the ones which are low on self confidence. So what do? They always bargain. तू मेरा ये काम कर दे तो मैं तुझे प्रमोशन दे दूंगा, तू मेरा ये काम कर दे तो मैं तेरे को इतना पैसा दे दूंगा, and this and that. That's the way they actually will behave. And then we have another type like which is dominant and submissive. You would have actually seen such kind of people who are dominant with their team, but when it comes to their bosses, वो उनके पैरों में पड़े रहते हैं, so to say. Everybody there? I cannot see anybody. I'm just talking to my own slide.
Yeah, completely here.
Great.
Loving
So
it. Thank you.
Kim Jong-un of North Korea is one such, in my view, is a Paleolympic leader. The most prominent problematic leader in this case is the one which has a dominant behavior, because he's, as you saw in the video, that person is actually humiliating people. They are really creating issues around and this and that. So they are the most problematic people. How do they really show themselves? They show the macho behavior, peacock behavior. They want to impress others or intimidate others. अपना काम निकलवाना है उसको, वो आपको impress करके भी निकलवा सकता है. I can have really a great personality. I sweet talk. I charm you. Sexual overtures are also a part of that. Through that, they try to impress and try to get their work done. It is all about power games. All about power games. Aggression, manipulation, even seduction is a part of their strategy. They can be charming and nice, and for them, people are utility. Use and throw. And these guys will never question their own behavior. That's why they will never ever learn. But what is the good news for a person who's actually facing such kind of a leader? What is the good news? That this Paleolympic leader is actually a coward inside. If you show resistance, वो एक या दो बार आपके साथ resist करेगा, आपका विरोध करेगा, and then he will give up. Then he will give you your space. So stand firm, resist firmly, go back firmly, and do not accept undue dominance which is coming in from people, because that is very toxic, and very soon it will kill you professionally, kill you personally, kill you mentally. And then there is a dominance plus marginality, which leads to jealousy. These people are really jealous of people around. They have issues and they do not really want to let the people around them grow because they are jealous of their growth. New limbic brain. So now this is something, the part of the limbic brain which is a recent evolution. This is home to our deepest motivation and raw emotions. It is where our memories reside, good, bad, ugly. Normally, this is a very simple exercise that we can do actually, and you really should observe it. So whenever we sit alone, and even with a glass of little, the memories that come back to us, they are hardly good memories. we always memorize bad and ugly. मेरे साथ लाइफ में ये हुआ, मेरा बचपन ऐसा था, मेरी फैमिली वैसी थी. And this is something which constantly runs in our mind. Who is doing that? It is happening in your neolimbic brain. This is happening in the limbic brain of yours. Why it is happening? Because neolimbic brain actually puts everything on autopilot. That is what the neolimbic brain is trying to do. अपना उसने SOP बना लिया, उसको मेमोरी है कि इस रास्ते जाएंगे तो वहां पे शेर आता है, तो वो बोलेगा इस रास्ते कभी जाने का ही नहीं. वो शेर हमने 10 साल पहले देखा था, वो शेर की उम्र भी हो गई, खत्म हो गया, वो मर भी गया, तब भी हम दोबारा नहीं जाना चाहते वहां. Because the neolimbic brain has that memory and it does not want to really go back to that memory ever again. And there is a silver lining to that. This brain part is actually making you highly efficient. With minimum attention and effort, you carry out tasks. Sometimes you would have seen, and this should be true for everybody. And please, raise your digital hand when you actually agree with this. You would have realized not many times you start from your home to your office and you don't even realize that all this time while you were driving, you don't even remember कि road पे किन-किन चीजों से आपका सामना हुआ था and all that. You just drive in a very auto mode. Your eyes are seeing things, you're a good driver, everything you're doing. But at the end of everything, you do not even remember how those 20-25 minutes of the drive were. If you agree, say yes, because I cannot see your digital hand. If you don't, then we can actually look into things. Yes, no, maybe. So this part of your brain actually making you efficient. Okay. It has 3 layers of motivation. It starts with intrinsic motivation. When you are about 3 months to 3 years old, you develop some interests which are fixed throughout your life. These interests, they actually come in through your genes, from your family background, from your parents and all, and the environment that you live in. Whenever you pursue these interests, they give you energy and joy. Always look, whenever you're trying to look for something which is passionate, which people call as passion for you, always go back to this time and try to look at what has been something which is very interesting for you. There are extrinsic motivations which you acquire. This is a continuous process. You acquire these things and they do not stay with you. These are not sustainable. They cost energy to keep with you. तो किसी के साथ अभी कभी आपका लड़ाई हो गया, किसी और मोहल्ले में किसी आपका लड़ाई हो गया, तो आप वहां पे कभी जाएंगे नहीं. So fear will be ruling that, and to maintain that fear you will need energy. But these things, they fade away with time, or if you really get into a different environment, they fade away. And this is like what others expect us. मेरा बॉस मेरे से क्या चाहता है, मेरे टीम मेंबर्स मेरे से क्या चाहते हैं. So and this leads to intolerances and prejudices. ये वो चीजें बना देता है. This guy is like this. We could have seen so many things. हम किसी बंदे को देख के बोलते हैं ये बंदा तो ऐसा ही होगा. वो कहाँ से आ रहा है? वो आपके नियोलिम्बिक ब्रेन से वो डिस्कवर हो रहा है. Obsessions. So passion से अलग चीज है obsession. When passion goes above its tipping point. So when we talk about first love, we talk about people who become stalkers. They take on to drugs, alcohol. It normally can result in ruining life of self and others. People really get into dangerous behavior because of obsession. Any question that we have here?
Not
Hello?
right now. You can go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So when we talk about the neolimbic leader who has a dominant neolimbic personality, these are supposed to be authentic. So whatever is inside of them, that will be visible outside also. So they are the philosopher kind, simple life, just like Murthy, Narayan Murthy. So optimistic, curious, they will try to take consensus of people, normally lead their life stress-free and at their own pace. Innovator type, like the Tesla founder. Who is the Tesla founder? Can somebody tell me? I always keep forgetting his name.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yes.
Yes, Elon Musk.
Innovative,
Yes.
abstractive, theoretical. This guy actually enjoys complexities. They try to model things and they try to come up with solutions to that. He is looking for challenges in their life. Innovator type. Animator. So I have taken the leader of Paytm. Again, can somebody take his name also? Sharma, some Sharma.
Vijay Shekhar Sharma.
Guys, yes. So you would have seen one of his videos a couple of years back wherein he was motivating his team, and on the dais he was really being very aggressive, using abusive words and this and that. But that's what a leader can be like, an animator. He thrives on change. He works hard and party hard and party harder. And that is the environment that he creates. Administrative type, E. Sridharan. So this guy, E. Sridharan, by being the Neolimbic administrator, he has created marvelous things, marvelous projects in very, very short span of time, things which have been sustaining till now and which have been doing wonder for people in society around him. So they are actually administrative type. They actually take care of safety and security. And these people generally go into the accounts or the finance section and all that. There are 4 or 5 more such personality types, but I've just chosen these 4 in the interest of time. And then we come to the last brain type, the prefrontal brain. As I told you earlier, this is the one marvel of evolution. Why we call this as the neocortex? Because this is the latest addition to our brain, and it is found in almost all the mammals in various quantities. And as per the body size, the human brain, human neocortex is the biggest. It is a supercomputer at an unconscious level. What it tries to do, it tries to adapt to situation and tries to solve problem by creativity for new and complex situations that are coming in. Normally, what should happen for anybody, for all the humans, because this is a new tool in our hand, what should normally happen is that prefrontal brain should take over in virtually all the cases, which are not presenting a physical threat to you. But does it do that? ऐसा होता है क्या? नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता. Why? We reject ideas. We reject ideas based on our previous experience. And instead of using creativity and knowledge to see all possible futures, आप scenarios create करो, and then either choose one scenario and go ahead with it, go ahead with the idea, or do not choose the scenario, reject everything, and then move forward. But going through this process is only possible when your prefrontal brain is active. So I'll give you a marvelous example. I come from the entertainment segment. My company is a cinema exhibition company. So this is a very famous line which was said by one of the biggest studio owners of its own time. When movies did not have voice, like the Charlie Chaplin movies, features the music baste rehta tha and all that. So he said, who wants to talk actors, who wants to hear actors talk? Warner Brothers, the Malik, he's saying, actors ko kaun sunna chahta hai? Who wants to hear actors talk? They just want to see silent movies. And why do you want to give it to them? A person of that level, that caliber, makes this kind of mistake because his prefrontal brain at that point in time is not working at its best potential. Prefrontal brain is home to intuition, creativity, and spirituality. How is prefrontal brain active? Whenever we are calm, we are serene, and we are in full control. वो कब होगा? जब आप अपने रेप्टिलियन ब्रेन को टेक ओवर नहीं करने दोगे. We are on top of our game and in the land of possibilities when our prefrontal brain is active. Reptilian brain, 3 options. That too, all run away. Prefrontal brain, all the options that you can create and now create your own future. This is what the prefrontal brain actually offers. Again, a small video. How a person changes life and history. This is a small video saying that.
go, now.
In the 8.5 years that Washington commands the Revolutionary Army, he continually demonstrates how he expects no less from his troops than he demands from himself.
He took no salary for as long as he fought. He let the states pay his expenses, but he would take no salary. He never went home. He stayed with his troops the entire time. He never led from the rear. He was up front when he shouldn't have been, but he thought it was necessary to swing the battle when victory or defeat was in the balance. He would not take rewards at the end of the war. He was totally a selfless leader.